So let's
NeighborZilla.
talk about Bullet Train.
Let's do it. I loved it.
I loved it too.
Initial thoughts.
I loved it. I mean, that was my initial thought. I rewound it like twice.
It was amazing. It for a Brad Pitt movie.
It was a Brad Pitt movie and a Ryan Reynolds director vehicle.
Yeah,
So it definitely had a potential to be shitty.
for sure.
And the trailers did not do any justice.
No, the trailers made it look shittier.
It was
I agree.
weird.
I thought it was going to be some like 007 train knockoff mission type shit, like super serious, like suave, fucking
like glorified Netflix
yeah.
feel.
That I swear I thought this was going to be a Netflix movie, or
Yeah.
like competition for Netflix movies because we had the Gray Man, Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans or whatever recently, and it gave me identical vibes from the two trailers I had seen.
I got like hyperactive Blade Runner.
Something like that.
Like that was like what I got from the trailers, mixed with like bullshit spy, like you were saying, like that whole like it looked very overblown.
Yeah.
Like this can't be too easy.
Yeah.
Then you have the whispering, his handler. It's like
Right.
It's that easy.
And it's definitely a Hollywood blockbuster. This is definitely a lot of money in this movie.
In no way, shape, or form, it's just not a Big Mac.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is 100% a Big Mac, but this is like prime.
I like Big Macs.
This is like prime lunch rush, and you got like an OG chef back there for 40 years at McDonald's Big Mac, like where it's just like perfectly done, and they give you the right amount of lettuce, and they know how to work the gun so they don't fuck you with the mayonnaise.
You got Darnell at the Love Truck stop.
Oh yeah, like this dude's. He cares about his sandwiches. Like, this is what this movie is.
You caught him when making the same sandwich for himself.
Yeah.
So he was just able to copy paste that real accurate.
And it's obviously came out this year, 2022, action comedy. And I feel like calling it an action comedy, it's refreshing. And like, when's the last time we had a good action comedy? The Losers?
Nice Guys.
Nice Guys, yeah, that's true. But like, there's not very many in that vein that you get this like tongue-in-cheek, super massive explosion, really well done action, while also being
it's
like
one or the other.
Aiming at the comedy. Yeah, either it's sticky action with a lot more comedy, or it's super serious action like Stallone
with shitty comedy.
Yeah, accidental comedy. Yeah,
I like you mentioned like Stallone because I was thinking fucking Patrick Swayze like Roadhouse. Like level,
yes.
like that kind of dialogue and comedy.
Yes.
Like, are those women's jeans?
Yep. And this movie is apparently based on a novel.
Oh, is it really? What's it called?
2010 novel, same title, Bullet Train. Apparently Maria Beatty?
Can't say I
or Beetle
am at all familiar. But it's cool it's based on a novel.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Big Mac, but it's the best kind of Big Mac you can get.
100%. And obviously film stars Brad Pitt. He plays a begrudging assassin who must battle fellow killers upon this bullet train, obviously.
Yeah.
Why the movie is called Bullet Train.
That's the plot.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about the plot anymore because that's the plot.
Pretty much the plot.
It's get in and off the train with the
he's
suitcase.
He's an assassin who's coming back to work, and this is kind of like his first job back. They call him Ladybug because ladybugs are lucky, but he's like very unlucky is his whole shtick. It's like, oh, you're still alive. Oh, you came back. Like, we thought you were dead.
Which is, again, it sounds like such a shitty running gag, but it's done so well. It's reminiscent of, like, Snatched and stuff like that. Like, the Guy Ritchie and Quentin put together. It's so well done.
Yeah. And you feel those influences almost immediately. The Guy Ritchie, the Quentin Tarantino, it's so well done. Like, the homage, I'll say.
But yeah, it's like it's like Joker is to Taxi Driver and stuff like that. It's like if you're gonna enjoy it, then enjoy it.
Exactly.
You don't need to be that person pointing out,
this is a rip-off of Taxi Driver.
Yeah, that's why fucking Robert De Niro's in the film.
They told him to do that. Yeah. Hey, thank Taxi Driver. Thank the comedian.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
So yeah, it wasn't bad to me to come in knowing it looked like a Quentin and looked like a Guy Ritchie
Yeah.
and looked like a Ryan Reynolds kind of movie, but
Yeah.
I didn't see Ryan Reynolds in it, and it was like it had a lot of strikes against it.
Right.
But man, especially the marketing, like we were saying, so fucking bad.
Yeah. Other than the fact that Brad Pitt's in it and wears a bucket hat, what else did they push in that trailer?
shoe.
Like the yeah.
They wanted to show off he was wearing like the all white Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
It reminded me like the iRobot with Will Smith and his the old school Chucks.
Yep.
Yeah, the trailer was
did feel
really
like that.
fucking bad.
But there's a list of co-stars in this movie because, like we
Oh, there's
said,
a list of fucking all-star cast.
yeah, Joey King.
Oh, I only know her Kissing Booth, and it's the worst fucking franchise. It's like literally fucking bad. It's like toxic shit.
I don't know her for much. Let's go take a look at her IMDb. She did The Act, Bullet Train, Kissing Booth, Conjuring. Okay, I know her then. She was in Conjuring.
Okay.
I
I didn't know that. I've never watched The Conjurings, but
yeah. She's the Prince.
yes, her name is the Prince because the joke is her parents wanted a boy.
Yeah.
Which it's funny. Like I like her like Little Miss Priss. Like she's like a super spice. She's like Karen Spice.
Karen Spice. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like her like ability is like being cute and white and manipulative.
Yep.
I mean, she's also good at her job. I'm not gonna like denounce her, but again, she's playing a one-faceted character because everyone is playing a one-faceted character.
Exactly. I think that's kind of what makes the cast so strong. Everybody's just doing one thing.
Everyone knew.
Everyone got their role.
It's to kill Bill.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone that they interact with, they're there for one reason. It's not, all these emotional attachment strings.
We're going to give some people a backstory like Bad Bunny's.
Yeah,
which is probably like the best backstory of all.
And I think he got so much backstory
because it was gone.
Because it was so instant.
Yeah, it was good. It was such a good comedic effect.
Yeah.
Because he's the first.
He's the
first
I guess wolf.
Do you get introduced to twins too at a glance?
Yeah, they introduce them when he walks by and they're arguing.
Clearly having a real talk, real conversation that's going to be important.
Yeah. And I love that they used them for the dialogue, mainly. They were kind of the key storytellers to the whole thing. Like, it kept coming back to them about the briefcase.
The most important things was them and the Fiji water bottle.
And the water bottle, the briefcase, everything, them on the phone, them talking to each other, arguing, telling crucial details in an argument with each other.
Yeah, I think other than Brad Pitt, those 3/2 things, because these twins are used as the literary device twins, they're supposed to be one piece. That and the Fiji water bottle are the most contiguous and longest standing runtime and actively on screen.
Right. I think so too.
Other than Brad Pitt, who is the main character.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Because Michael Shannon, White Death has been mentioned the whole time. He's off screen.
He's off screen.
The Hornet was off screen the whole fucking movie.
Yep.
Everyone else was off screen.
They're
the
mentioned
who dies.
constantly. So you're gaining information about them, but it's without them doing anything.
So they were fun devices. I liked it.
100%. I loved it.
But yeah, Bad Bunny's the first introduced, and oh man, it's so good.
Wolf.
He's a cartel killer, essentially, gun for hire. He's really good at his job. It was weird they had him straight. I'm 99% sure he's just gay. He might be bi, whatever, or pan, but I'm pretty sure he was just gay.
Oh really?
So
I didn't know
weird.
that.
I might be wrong. I don't get into someone's fucking personal life like that, but I've always felt he was present as gay. So it was really fucking weird. I was like, why? This seemed like the movie where you would, I don't want to say play it up, but you're gone in 30 seconds.
Right.
Your character's gonna die. We know you're gonna die. So yeah, it was just like, why don't you just go with it? It wouldn't have changed anything again.
Yep.
It's the same thing as why would you make a character gay? But it was just weird to me. But yeah, the Hornet off screen kills his everyone.
His wife and his whole wedding party. Yeah. So then he's on like this vendetta mission, and he thinks Ladybug did it.
And it's like day of because they have him. It might be for theatrics as well.
Because Ladybug was there as a waiter.
Yes.
Totally unaware of what was going on with them.
It's like Crash kind of thing. Like everything's connected without being connected.
Bunch of paths cross, but not intentionally
this is
involved
the second time
with each other. Yeah.
But yeah, he's gone in 30 seconds. He's got a knife and just goes for him. And
Good fight.
The whole thing is karma. And again, the bad luck thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't want to kill anyone. So, of course, since he doesn't want to kill,
Yep.
it's gonna kill people.
And I think Bad Bunny went and had the easiest fight training of all time. He went and did the WWE thing for a year and a half. He was
did he?
Yeah, he constantly popped up and
Cool.
did little things. And no, like he actually tried. So it was like he gave a fuck about it.
He's ventured a lot in like he does Adidas collabs and stuff like that. He's got the Cheeto tracksuit, and I own it. It was the best thing in the world. Like he fully commits to what he's fucking doing.
Exactly.
And I give the man credit for that.
And he only does what he likes.
Absolutely.
He's like, oh no, I've always liked this my whole life. Let me go give it a try. So like, and that's all this fight scene was. He used all of his wrestling choreography in the train with Brad Pitt for like, how long is this fight? 5 minutes? Probably start to finish with all the cuts and stops.
6,
and
7, just including like a little bit of back intro because again, the wedding party is the day, or you got on a fucking plane to go to Japan instantly, like past his wedding. So I mean, I consider some sort of his backflash.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's barely in it, but it's so good. He stabs himself in the chest.
Yep, stabs himself.
Oh no, Brad Pitt throws a knife, or he throws a knife. Brad Pitt briefcase bounces off and stabs him in the chest.
Yeah.
And the dead body is used as a fucking prop.
Hilariously.
The whole movie. I thought I hated it at first.
No,
because he's fiddling with the Bad Bunny corpse, making him look like a drunk.
Yeah.
And it's whatever.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, super Weekend at Bernie's. Super fucking Weekend at Bernie's. But the best one of his body gag is he's got him really good propped up with his shoulder and like his hand on his head. Exactly. And until the train stops, he was sitting there.
Yeah.
It looked generally good. It had sunglasses on and shit. It was good.
Fun fact, when the Tangerine and Lemon are going back and forth about the kills or whatever, kill number 17 is the director.
Okay.
And the explosion.
The innocent bystander?
Yeah, he did that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was him. Fun fact.
I like it.
What's his name? David Leitch?
Yeah, Leach or Lech. But yeah, that was cool. And Ryan Reynolds, quick little cameo.
Quick cameo. Channing Tatum, quick cameo.
Oh my god, the Channing Tatum. I forgot it for 2 seconds, but I literally took my notes.
And that all happened, right? Because there's another movie that recently came out, Lost City, or whatever, with Channing Tatum and...
I saw some bits of it. I didn't watch it, but I saw trailers and stuff.
Sandra Bullock? Yeah,
yes.
Them two. She's a writer, and he's the model for her cover of her books or whatever. And Brad Pitt give him 15 free minutes where he's like the real action hero guy, and he dies. And that's kind of like sets up the plot. Now Channing Tatum's got to be the hero, all that.
You need a hero?
Rom-com. Yeah. Ironically, I need a heroes in this movie. So
no, it's cool. I liked it. It felt like
So that's why they're here.
It felt like Cabin Fever. A lot of cashed-in favors, but it was genuine cashed-in favors. Like
exactly.
I will generally I need you to play this character.
Yeah.
Can you?
And from what I gather, David Leitch, that's kind of how he got his start, right? He co-directed John Wick, so they let him in on that.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Oh, good, because that's the only good one I like.
Atomic Blonde, Charlize Theron.
I've seen it. It's pretty good.
And then he got to direct his first film by himself, which was Deadpool 2.
Because he said Deadpool 2?
Yeah, they let him do Deadpool 2, and then he recently did the Hobbs and Shaw Fast and Furious. So clearly the industry wants this dude
we got an FBA Gary?
To succeed.
Ty? Cool.
Like, clearly people are pushing him to succeed. They want him to be the next action film guy.
Like I said, he seems very competent. He seems very skilled.
Yeah.
And competence or skill are definitely two separate things.
And he's worked with Matt Dillon a couple times, Brad Pitt over 5 times.
Matt Dillon. Okay.
Matt Dillon.
Gotcha. Took me a second. His name's So Vanilla.
Right.
What else were you saying? Sorry.
But it seems like the industry wants this dude to be the next guy, and he's got the touch, I think, from being a stunt guy, to know when to turn the action on and not make it like cheesy, comic booky, like 80s action. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna sound weird. The amount of choreography and like single takes in this film remind me very much of This Is America, Childish Gambino.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It seemed like that. And,
Seemed like somebody was walking in front of him, setting up the set, and
You
like
have to have
yeah.
every single thing in place. Like, you can tell when there's a cut, especially in action cuts.
Yes.
I didn't see many other than we have to have an editing scene or we have to set up a gag.
It reminded me. Have you seen the behind the scenes footage of Dunkirk when they're shooting that long shot and he's running along the trenches and the bombs are going off and people are running in front of him and he trips and he gets back up and like it's all one take.
No, but I've seen that. I think it's 1914 or whatever the fuck that other war movie. He's running the field.
Similar.
Same fucking thing.
Similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But seeing that shots like that, it's like, oh wow, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of improv going on there.
Oh, there's an insane amount. Like, people like Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's why Jackie Chan's so legendary. Literally, you can put him in any environment and he can get through his
But it's the
scene.
amount of work they have to do.
Yes.
And the amount of work that their franchises have, like Jet Li and such. Like, there's a reason why like movies like Unbreakable hit so much differently than Cradle to the Grave.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you have competent skill and art utilizing these techniques purposefully, opposed to like, okay, it's a kung fu flick. Of course, it's gonna have good kung fu. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbreakable really isn't really known for its kung fu.
No.
It has great kung fu, but
Yeah.
so yeah, again, that's kind of
Unleashed.
Yes.
Yeah, Unleashed.
So that's what you're kind of saying with the director being like they're pushing him and he knows when to use action and make it not look cheesy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And stuff like that.
It's not like overdone like even like Terminator 1 and like Rambo and stuff like that.
All the classic movies are shitty.
Yeah, honestly, like on a grand
The
scale
sequels
of
are
acting.
like the best films of things.
Yeah.
Like Back to the Future. Yeah, Back to the Future is great, but like, if you genuinely like these movies, are you really not going to tell me Back to the Future 2 isn't better?
Exactly.
I mean, other than Jurassic Park and shit like that, like those one-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these things take work to do. So to pull this off from a book in a single, like, one-movie run, it's impressive.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
But yeah, Bad Bunny's dead.
Yep.
He's used as a prop, like I said, and it's funny. The body's used as gags and punchlines throughout the whole rest of the thing. It's very Three Stooges.
100%. Yeah.
And the twins are now fully introduced, correct? This is the
Yes, because then
1617 comment, the introduction of Thomas the fucking Tank Engine.
of course, constant mention. And I've seen people like really didn't like that. The constant reference.
That's the same people that don't like Quentin. That's the same people that don't like Guy Ritchie. It's just because those people are a minority or such a majority.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like me saying I don't like slasher films. I don't.
Right.
I like proto slashers, but like I don't like Friday the 13th 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
no.
4, 5, 6, 7. I don't like Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, and fucking H2O. I don't like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's one of those things. Like, but I'm not gonna sit there and shit on them.
Hey, what's the water boy got to do with this?
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna shit on those. It's not for me.
No, I agree.
You know, I'm not gonna fucking shit on Bob the Builder and be like, well, you know, it's really not.
It's not as intellectual as it really should be. It's like, it's for 2-year-olds. Calm the fuck down.
I mean, for a fun, reminiscent of Quentin dialogue, coffee house, you know, scenes in heist movies.
Of course.
You don't get the diner scene of a heist movie and a action thriller movie on a single thing. Well, you do if you have a dining car.
Exactly. That's why the train aspect was kind of so genius.
It was fun.
Because you got the quiet car.
It was like Snowpiercer. It was exactly.
I agree. I know it's weird because it's the most recent train film, but super Snowpiercer vibes from just like the different themes and like how.
Well, it's beyond inevitable because there's a reason why I'm not saying like fucking. What is the other? Murder on a Train. Because it's not like Murder on a Train.
It's not. I guess like the plot, kinda.
I mean, but that's fucking saying any resurrection story is Jesus Christ.
Right.
But I like the Thomas the Tank Engine. It was fun. I loved it being called too. His little sticker book. It was dope.
I agree.
It was really fucking fun to see Tangerine kill someone in retaliation with the diesel sticker on the barrel of the gun.
My diesel.
It was good. So I liked it. I loved the fucking thing.
Apparently this movie did really well too because the budget was like 85 to 90 million, made 231. So
double, almost. Yeah,
Pretty much double.
A little over double-ish, give or take.
So good on them.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I like the Tangerine and Lemon are fucking fantastic.
Fantastic. I want a movie with just them.
Like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I want same universe. Those two characters.
I do it.
Dude, I don't care if Brad Pitt's in it.
That's
I don't
what I
care
was
who's
thinking.
in it. Just like
I could do a Johannesburg.
yeah.
But again, tell me you're doing a Johannesburg. It don't. Yeah. I could do it though. There's a couple characters I'd like.
They're the way that they casually played off each other.
I hope he has like a Smoking Aces, Glass Onion, Knives Out like franchise. I hope he starts doing it.
I hope so
as
too.
Much as I don't like franchises, it's a brand new director.
Yeah.
With a quote unquote new book / movie adaptation.
Exactly.
Something I have not seen before.
Yeah. If there's more books, I don't know if there's any more books or not.
I don't
but
give a shit.
Who cares? Just build off these characters. That'd be awesome.
I'm pretty sure the fucking author will give you permission to make a sequel and help you write the sequel.
100%.
But yeah, no, they're back and forth. The 16-17?
Yeah, 16-17 where they argue, yeah. How many kills did they get on their last mission?
Yeah.
Right? And one says 16. It's like, no, fuck you. I'll run my head through this wall. I know it's 17.
Yeah, well, maybe that fucked with your memory, and that's why you're thinking 17.
It's so funny.
Because I was hoping, like, when I first saw it, and I was like, okay, I'm along for the ride, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they actually, like, they went full force with it and did the whole 17 count, and I was like, I liked it. It was fun.
I like the abrupt change because we go from Brad Pitt kung fu fighting with Bad Bunny to Tangerine and Lemon having some of the best dialogue in the movie. Like this first conversation.
They hands down have the best dialogue. I'm not even gonna argue.
That's kind of why like you get gripped into the movie. Like you don't care about the action scene. Like you've seen it a million times, but when it jumps to this immediately exchange of hot dialogue, it's like, oh wow, look.
Well, the other huge juxtaposition is you're not on a fucking train.
Yeah.
For the first time in the film.
Right.
So it's obviously going to be a huge jump. You see trees and hills that aren't moving for the first time in the movie.
Yeah, that does help. And see, I didn't even think about that.
What it does for your eyes. The amount of focus you can have on a full image again, because you're just used to seeing the static and that CG or whatever, yeah. Opposed to a static shot of a long shot choreography. It felt like.
That is true.
But yeah, your eyes and mind are meant to adjust like that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was good. They did a 17 count. Ended up being the director, you said?
Yeah, the last kill.
Prince is introduced?
And
the Yuji?
Yes.
I think the actor's name, or I don't know, I forget, but he was connected to, he's with the old guy who bought the half of the train to assassinate White Death.
White Death.
And
which is
Ladybug's along for the ride, blah blah blah.
Michael Shannon's White Death, right?
Yes, Michael Shannon's White Death.
Really good too.
I liked that they waited because I didn't click right away. Like I made the obvious assumption, White Death, and it had to be a white person because the fucking whole rest of the movie is nail on the head.
Good call.
The twins are twins, but they're black and white. Plus, no one knows that they're twins, but everyone knows they're twins.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a fun gag.
And they're both fruit. Lemon, tangerine.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But, Prince has a thing. I mean, her arc was cool. It felt very background, but it was supposed to.
Yeah, she reveals...
Her, putting TNT in the suitcase.
Yeah.
And she has the guy's kid.
Yeah, Yuchi pushed his son off the roof to lure him to the train as part of an elaborate plan to assassinate White Death.
Elaborate and stupid, but...
Yeah.
I was impressed with Joey King. Like I said, I only know her from Kissing Booth, and I literally only watch those because they're universally shit on movies.
Facts.
And like Cynical Review purposely made me watch him because he was just ripping them apart. I'm like, it can't be this bad and toxic. I've seen you
put it on and you're like, oh, it is.
I've seen Birdemic. It can't be that bad. It's like that other level of bad where it's like, man, it's just peddling some terrible shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was impressed with her generally because I was like, oh, don't fucking do this to me. But her little preppy Spice Girl, schoolgirl thing was a good little character, and Go-Go. Yeah,
and again another quick change or an abrupt change because you go from the comedy of the two twins back and forth to this really serious conversation about the kid dying or whatever. We're getting them to the train. We You're getting like to the root of the matter now. Like, why does this train matter? Why is everybody here? Why'd you pick this? Now we're starting to see it all kind of come together.
Well, and it's someone else that's quarter. Yeah, it's weird because she's like a third party handle to the suitcase.
Yeah.
Opposed to, you know, Brad Pitt's here to steal it, obviously, and he's stealing it from the twins.
The twins.
Well, she's the first party that's not involved in that. Yeah, she's obviously doing
on the
something
surface.
else.
Yeah, she's here for something else.
Hornet thing. Like, it's someone deeper that's just there coincidentally, but also as a cleanup crew for the other person. It's weird. Everyone's just hiring a cleanup person for the next, like,
pretty much.
Someone's already killing Brad Pitt.
Exactly.
Who's killing Brad Pitt? Oh, well, this chick's killing Brad Pitt. Well, I'm gonna kill that chick.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, oh, we killed my daughter. It's like, well, who killed? Okay, that's fine. She wanted to kill Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Who killed her? Okay, well, I want her killed. It was good. It was just layer upon layer.
Exactly.
Her thing is, yeah, she has a detonator in the trigger of the handle, or trigger of the gun.
Yep.
And the detonation is in this briefcase because White Death kills people with their own weapons.
That's his thing, right?
That's his shtick, yeah.
That's a pretty cool shtick, though.
It's stupid.
It's stupid, but it's supposed to be.
No, yeah, for sure. I didn't think it wasn't even stupid and predictable. It was just stupid.
Like, you use flamethrowers and fire. Like, of course I'm gonna light you on fire with, like, hairspray and a lighter.
Oh, it should have been fire.
That'd been hilarious.
Fire's so much cooler. You just came up with that in 2 seconds. It's so much cooler than just killing someone with their own weapon.
But I used somebody's weapon if they would have been a fire guy.
What the fuck? You're gonna lose my train of thought by, like, making it, like, turn the whole movie into...
Turn it into a Metal Gear Solid plotline? Yeah.
Fuck. Who's next introduced? Because, I mean, we have the snake. The snake gets its own introduction.
Yeah, the snake is good.
I stole this movie, and the closed captions didn't work, so everything in a foreign language was, just lost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just like, boom, slag, a snake. And I was like, oh, this is dope. And that's when I was fully in. I was already in with the twins. I was in with Joey King actually acting, and I was like, okay, I'm in. Then the snake got the intro, and I was like, that's dope. And it cuts to the zoo, and it was just all Japanese. It was just, oh no, kodo.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, what the shit?
Absolutely.
Because the movie did not have subtitles.
No. Not that mine didn't either.
So I was like, well, am I supposed to be foreign to this and not even know unless I coincidentally speak Japanese?
Exactly.
So I was in. I loved it. The fucking snake got the intro. So yeah, that's the next character introduced, because I knew there was someone else that wasn't the assassin. I'm like, oh yeah, the fucking boom slag snake.
Yep.
Which comes in almost as much as the Fiji bottle.
The Fiji bottle is good. I like its backstory, where it shows it getting
it.
stuck in the machine, rolling down. And
I loved it. Yeah, the bottle was great, but the snake was stupid.
The snake was
It just
dumb.
kept slithering obvious things.
It was all about the venom, right?
Yes.
The snake venom, and then there was an anti-venom, and...
Oh, which I love. The bitch only had one, because the bitch kept saying bitch after every sentence she said, bitch. But yeah, she only had one antidote for her. We'll get to her.
Hilarious.
But yeah, the snake, the whole gag was like, it would just like randomly kill people. Which was fun and cool, but like, it was just kind of how it was placed. Like I said, it would just obviously slither by the suitcase, and you would see it, and then it would just strike, and it was like, well, I knew it was going to strike.
Yep. And then Prince shoots Lemon.
Not yet. We have the whole gimmick of like the twins getting to meet Brad Pitt. Because they separate and they're looking for the suitcase and all that.
Oh yeah, that is right. Because he has the suitcase at this point, and he gives it to him. All he wants is off. Yeah, Brad Pitt just wants to leave.
Because you're gonna miss their fight, and it's one of the best fights. The quiet car.
Yeah, that's true. Shh. Yeah. The whole time.
So yeah, Brad Pitt has the suitcase. He just wants out at this point because again, this is his first job back.
He's like, fuck this. Fuck this.
The guy that the twins were saving was White Death's son, supposedly, but he just wanted to kill the kid himself.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but they think Brad Pitt killed the son.
Yes.
So when they mention a dead body, he's thinking Bad Bunny.
Yep.
They're looking at that other corpse. They don't know. Mistranslation.
Yeah. There's another dead body.
Yeah. They start fighting that. Yeah, I like that.
That's the gag.
I love it, and it's good. It's fun. It's obvious gags, but like that's why you watch the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
That's why you watch the Three Stooges.
The quiet car fight is a mandatory. If you're going to have a quiet car on the train,
you got to have a quiet fight.
Yeah.
I kind of wished, again, the movie's already fucking gimmicky, and would have been super gimmicky, but I want a little wall meter of noise to watch, other than the woman going shh. I'd rather a decimal thing, and
meter.
they have to like stare at it to like, I don't know. It sounds stupid, but I wanted to replace the shh woman.
Well, this is the guy who made Deadpool 2. Like, nothing is beyond fourth wall breaking stupid. Like,
exactly.
Throw a fucking... I know what you're saying. Put a little...
Like the Kill Bill kill counter.
Just
you fucking do it, dude. You're killing 87 people.
do it.
I want you to prove to me you're killing 87 people.
Yep. It doesn't have to be there all the time. Just let it pop
Same
up.
as the 16, 17. You already did it, but... Yeah, it was just stupid the whole time. I was like, I kind of wish there was just a little noise decimeter, like just...
Every time he goes in the red, she says shush.
And the whole gimmick could have been like, because the ticket, Brad Pitt doesn't have a ticket, the other guy stole it, blah, 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 and there's a security guard who wants his ass.
Yeah.
He could have been outside the car.
Exactly.
And he's the security for the quiet car. So that's why the sound meter becomes important.
Exactly. That would have been hilarious.
But their fight's good. I like that the dead son is used as a prop again, the whole fight. Like, they're using him to, like...
Another dead body prop.
Flick the gun out, and then the punch. Fucking Lemon cocks back one good time thinking he's gonna get Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And punches the dead son corpse that just happened to fall.
It's so good.
It was good. It was really fucking good. I like that being introduced in, like, all these, like, really well choreographed fight scenes.
And Brad Pitt gets his ass kicked in this movie a lot, and it's fun to see.
But it's never like, and it's obviously slapsticky, but it's never like, I don't know. It's never obscene.
No, it's not.
Like, it's not like, well...
No, it's a reasonable amount of ass kicking.
Like, oh, you're gonna lose your arm in this scene.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's not Deadpool, where it's like, well, we know you can regenerate, so we're just gonna chop your limbs off and just, yeah!
Yeah, over the top. No, they let people hit him. Because, like in Tom Cruise movies, Mission Impossible, he doesn't get hit. That's his problem. He doesn't really get hit.
I want a missing finger.
Yeah,
it sounds weird, but I went a little bit more extreme. Like, maybe he loses a finger and, like...
Something.
He's fighting a gun from someone, and it goes
sure
off.
Got shot in the ear.
Something. But yeah, he gets
off the
battle
train.
damaged.
Yeah, that would have been good.
He gets more damage than Robert Pattinson Batman. That's for sure.
I don't know. He takes a shotgun to the chest.
But there's no damage, remember? The fucking explosion, he had nothing.
That's true.
Batman
that is
took no
true,
damage.
yeah.
Brad Pitt at least took damage, like the
That
laptop
is
to
true.
the face.
They're ruining that too, by the way.
I bet.
The whole DC
I told
thing.
you.
But story for another day.
Stories are in my life.
Right.
And that is, it's such a fun fight scene. And after the quiet car is, Brad Pitt knocks him out.
Yes.
And then the twin, because they're texting the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
he finally makes it to the other car, bumps into the mascot, who is the Hornet.
The Hornet.
I knew it was, but I don't know. It was just because I knew that type of film. I don't know if anyone else caught that the mascot was obviously going to be someone.
Yeah.
But they use it so much.
Of course.
Momo Kama or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they then separate. One goes north, one goes south, and they're looking for their diesel.
Their diesel.
And that is when you were going to say with Lemon running into Prince and getting shot.
Yeah, Prince shoots Lemon.
Playing his game because she's obviously playing up character, and a good scene. The dad kills himself because he knew it would save his kid, quote unquote, or kills himself, sacrifices himself, whatever fucking term. I like that. And then the Fiji, it was organically brought in.
It was.
He was just out of breath, and he was just like, "Oh, water."
Got water.
He's just like chugging it and then like talking. It was good.
And then he eventually passes out because of the sleeping thing and everything, and so he's unconscious. And then Prince and how do you say that? Yuchi?
Yuji or Yuchi,
Yeah, Yuchi. Yuchi find the briefcase and it's booby trapped with explosives to kill the White Death, and it's rigged with a gun.
Yeah, the gun's a
detonator. Yeah, that's right. That is right. The gun is the trigger.
Yeah, because
I
he's
forgot
gonna
that.
shoot her and it's gonna blow up in his fucking face.
That's
and then when the
that was good.
Yakuza gang opens the briefcase, they're gonna blow up on their own separate thing that's gonna blow up. Yeah.
That was good. I love that now the briefcase has now trickled itself all the way to this like very serious plot, as opposed to Ladybug and Tangerine and
like
Lemon.
Gimmicky,
yeah,
because they don't have the briefcase and they have to fake because the twins were supposed to get off at the previous stop. So was Brad Pitt. The twins are obviously now worried that they're going to get killed by the White Death. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to stave off. And Brad Pitt acts like his twin.
Yeah.
And it's again, it's utilization of him. It's funny. I know what it is.
Brad Pitt kills it in this movie.
He does. That shitty accent.
Yes.
And him spitting the briefcase just to like, oh, I got this. And it just happens to fucking open.
Yeah.
It was good. Because it's like doing Australian. It's like Death to Smoochie, Rabo Randolph levels of like accents. He's like falling in and out of German and Australian. It's so good. And what happens after that? I mean, because it kind of stays off because then just a lot of back and forth between them.
Yeah.
So there's no. The next is Hornet that's introduced.
I was about to say, yeah, Hornet with the poison from the snake and
Yeah.
the anti-venom, and Hornet's the one that's got the anti-venom, right?
Oh, it's the
And Ladybug steals it from her.
another good scene between that we are missing that I kept forgetting. I'm like, there's another fight scene. The water at the Brad Pitt versus Aaron Taylor or Tangerine, and the cart lady keeps interrupting
Yeah.
them.
Because he
There is that
thinks
scene.
Ladybug killed Lemon,
Yeah.
but it was Prince that
He's like,
shot
oh, you want to
Lemon.
talk us out?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, no, I don't
He
think
beat
so.
the shit out of Ladybug.
Good.
It was a good fight.
I liked it at the phone. He was like, it might be
Yeah.
important shit.
Shit.
He's like, you might want to get that.
It was good.
But yeah, he fucking opens the door and it was fun. I like that Tangerine
Yeah.
hold on because the stop is soon, and he just starts bursting through the window. Oh, it was so good.
So good.
I liked it. It was fucking beast mode. He's just sitting there pounding the bullet train window, just
Yeah, it's good.
and it's good because it's about the only level of character development you get is because he knows his twin's in there alone, and it's like, well, obviously if he outsmarted me, he might dumb luck get Lemon.
Right.
Because yeah, Lemon's obviously the weaker of the two, as far as like nonsense he's willing to like put up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets back in and
Then we get the interaction between Tangerine and Prince,
yeah, and
who
he's
realizes that she shot Lemon.
Yeah.
But then by that point, Ladybug is trying to fight Prince.
yes,
So
and
it's
the interruptions.
it's a
And that's when he
constant.
gets killed off, and it was so stupid. I was like, why don't you just let him kill her and then you deal with him later?
Right.
Again, you know Brad Pitt's there for the suitcase. You
Ex-
know she killed him, and it wasn't Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It was just weird, but I get it. They had to kill him off,
Of course.
and yeah, it kind of gets that emotion because, like I said, that's the only character development is they're the twin bond, and it's blatantly obvious. I mean, they're the only characters that have a partner.
Yeah.
So again, they're written to care about each other. But I like that he wakes up, and that's his first thought when Lemon finds out Tangerine's dead, or Lemon wakes up from the fake death.
Yeah.
That like little after part because it's weird. It's like 3/4 of the film. It becomes a siege movie after an assassin like
Yeah.
character ball. So it was like they introduced all the assassins. All these assassins are dead, and you had this whole other quarter of the film, or maybe a third, once the train is stopped.
Yeah.
Because like, well, not quite. It's like the train's still going, but it's the obvious last stop.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we gonna do? And
And then what?
everything unfolds. You see the grandpa who
Yeah.
saves
Elder gets on and
Yeah.
all that, and yeah.
because Joey King gets killed.
Yep. Joey King dies
So I mean,
because she
like,
killed his son, and Elder
Yeah.
come back for that.
yeah, it was like a three-way double cross because he had another assassin there for her just in case he died, and she said kill the kid.
Yeah.
So it was tying up that loose end. And yeah, then this other like film, and it's just as good because it's when the train stops, shit hits the fan. It has to.
It has to. Yeah. Once it stops.
Yeah. And yeah, they kind of do like the siege thing where like they're making spears out of like knives and pool cues and shit.
Yeah. And
Everyone's working together.
yeah, and Ladybug ends up giving White Death the briefcase.
Yeah. And they have fucking Lemon being the conductor because he's always talking about Thomas the Tank Engine. Which again, you're gonna shit at that saying it's stupid, but it makes sense in the plot.
In the plot, yeah, exactly.
You need a conductor because obviously the conductor of this out-of-control train that's gonna be, purposely stopping in Yakuza territory. Yeah, you're gonna need a conductor to get you out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a character that's always talking about Thomas the Tank Engine. He's it worked.
How did you feel about the CGI in this?
it was used when it had to.
Especially
Like
at
when
the
the
end.
train crashes,
Yeah.
you had to do that because you
course.
can't realistically have Brad Pitt swirl perfectly on time at a train falling.
No, of course. And,
Yeah,
It wa-
I
it
literally
was-
made a comment in my notes. I was like, the only CG I know is the end.
it is.
I mean, it's used other places, obviously, like explosions here and there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go full CGI like a Marvel movie.
No, 100%.
Where it's like, oh, we're just touching up Starbucks just because. We gotta throw Mickey ears on that. Like,
No,
wait, put a poster over there in New York Times. Like, it just, you can't feasibly.
it was hard, like, on the eyes when it happens.
It was so blurry and
So
weird.
blurry and weird. Like, it gets weird. It reminded me of, like, Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg when the motorcycle goes up the steps. Like, it's just
Oh, you're
super
talking about when
bad.
there's that weird motion. It's when, like, a character gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
And, like, they.
The after blur of the
Yeah.
image, and it's
Like a fucking cartoon.
But for this whole movie to be shot the way the rest of it is
It
shot,
was the opposite
it's-
of the 16-17. Like, how your eyes focused
Yeah.
so much more because the train wasn't moving and they were doing that, like, okay, you see hills and sun and da-da-da.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite.
It was the exact opposite of the
it's
train
exploding
crashing.
and moving twice as fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just hard though.
Fucking, I don't
Look
care
at,
about
but
the
who gives a
slow-mo.
fuck? Yeah, I agree.
If it's not overused, I don't give a shit.
No,
It's fine when it has to be. Again, you obviously can't do this.
and like you said, there's no other way to pull that off.
No, not even with wires.
No.
And, like, just speeding up the film and, like, shooting it, like, in a time lapse. I mean, he could have done it in, like, a photo frame,
Yeah,
but he still would have had the CG and edit the whole thing.
Right.
So just go balls to the wall.
and Bullet Train comes in at right over 2 hours.
Yeah, 218 or 209.
Yeah,
I was worried at first. I was like,
That's kinda
I don't-
long.
I don't mind long films, but I was like, if the movie sucks and it's a shitty
it's gonna
Quentin
drag.
knockoff,
Yeah,
it is gonna drag.
because we feel movies do that like that are an hour and a half. Like if it's not a good movie, like an hour and a half can drag. So 2 hours is almost like 4. It feels like
Oh
mentally.
yeah, I've seen some fucking, some like Muppet shorts that are like 15, 20 minutes. Like, man, this could have been 2 minutes.
For
You
real.
know, there's some shit. Yeah, it's
No
just,
doubt
it doesn't
about
matter the time frame. If it sucks, it sucks. You know, it's like reading someone's short story. Like, oh, it's 9 pages.
Yeah.
Worst 9 pages of my life. But yeah, I like he just went balls to the wall. And
Yeah.
it reminded me of Mad Max using CG.
Exactly.
You know,
That's
I
kind of the
can't
way I
have a
felt
steering
about
wheel come into the screen exactly how I want with an explosion unless I make the CG, you know.
it. Yeah.
But it got brought back right up with practical effects.
It did.
With the Michael Shannon, like, the whole, like, tying up, the other tie-up, where it's like, do you really want to do this, dude? Like, the train crashed.
Yeah.
Dude, just stop while you're ahead. Anger, blah, blah, blah. Don't call me bro.
Yeah.
That whole thing. I like the Yakuza. Their little briefcase argument we didn't talk about. It was
Yeah.
good. They had a good little line where the argument was like, Rufu was so fucking safe. Why wouldn't he open it?
Exactly. Which is right.
It would, again, the movie, I'm already there. I'm 99% through the movie. Would I care if it sucks or not? But it was funny.
It was, yeah.
It was
good.
nail on the head, but it was like, whatever, dude. It was that and the little comment that Lemon made where he was like, I never saw an episode of or they never made a episode of Thomas the Tank in Japan.
Yeah.
Because a bullet train is so, it's not what he's thinking. He's thinking just a lever and it's just buttons and everything's Japanese, tiny little screens, everything's flashing. He's like, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
You have to have that moment. It's like Die Hard.
Of course.
It's just like, you gotta have this moment. So it was fun. But yeah, the train crash and Michael Shannon's death.
Yes.
How does he die? Oh, he dies with the gun.
Died with
Exploding
the
in
gun,
space.
yep.
And then Prince comes up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I did it. And she gets pile driven by a fucking tangerine vehicle.
Yes, it's so good.
loved it.
So good.
I kind of, it sounds stupid, but it's Japan. You could picture it. I wanted an actual tangerine car.
That would have been funny.
You know what I mean?
Like, the
like a-
Hamburglar mobile. Like,
yeah, like it was like a fucking float.
Yeah.
I
That would've been
really,
funny.
really, it just, again, it's a hat on a hat on a hat at this point,
Right.
but I mean, like,
blood splatter on the tangerine.
fucking do it. I
Yeah.
like that it was just a truck full of, cuties, Yakuza's fucking, but I just go do it. Balls to the wall.
That would have been good.
Yeah, like, that was the only thing I would have changed. Like that and that one other thing I mentioned earlier, like the
Yeah.
stupid quiet meter.
And then we finally get Sandra Bullock as Maria retrieving Ladybug at the very end.
Which is, I don't know, the ending sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
The whole, like...
They wrapped up the agent part of the movie.
The fucking...
You know what I'm saying?
Power line falling on a car.
Yeah, dumb.
And the whole, like, wasabi PU and just walk into the sunset.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dumb. I agree.
But again...
It is what it is.
If my complaint is end the movie 30 seconds sooner...
Yeah.
Out of a 2 hour and 9 minute film or whatever the fuck... Dude, whatever. I can't complain.
I agree.
What would you, rate it?
Ooh. That's a good question. Let me think about that. I'd go... I'm like 7.5.
I was thinking the same. Like, I don't want to say it's like...
I'm like 7.5. Well, because...
you can't compare this movie to, like, you know...
No, like...
There Will Be Blood. There Will Be Blood's a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, like
because
Kill
it's such
Bill...
a serious topic.
Like, it's hard to compare it to other movies.
I mean, you could compare it to Kill Bill, but then it's like... Again, it's a classic to an homage.
Well, and that's kind of like the measuring stick I would compare it up to, and it's like, it does it justice. 7.5.
Yeah, I was thinking about 7-ish, maybe 7.5 being great, because I was thinking like...
The 0.5 comes in for just the effortless exchanges, yeah, like between the characters, like dialogue-wise.
That extra little like care you put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me it just felt like another movie you can watch with Smoking Aces and Kill Bill. Like if you want that cool like collection
Guy
and like,
Ritchie style, yes.
You just want to like get that
smug action movie, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah.
They're very smug.
Like just the 1 or 2 Quentins, just the 1 or 2 Guy Ritchies, just the 1 or 2, like. Alright, I want a binge of Law-Abiding Citizen and Smoking Aces and something else, and I want a bridge between this and Snowpiercer. Well, Bullet Train between Smoking Aces and Snowpiercer. It's not bad because that's what it is, but it can only be so good.
Exactly. Very limited.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's fun, and you can think about it, but you can't overthink about it, you know what I mean?
But this, you mentioned Nice Guys earlier, this definitely falls in that vein. Hitman, Bodyguard, the Ryan Reynolds, Sam Jackson, like, falls in that kind of vein where it's a serious story that's hilarious.
But it's a so much better version of those.
It is. It is. This is like the top tier version of those.
Exactly. But it is still in that category. It can't go to another category.
Yeah.
No matter how good it is. You know, I can't say like, oh, well, Godzilla is a classic film, so it belongs next to Hitchcock no matter what.
Right.
It belongs next to Ben-Hur no matter what. You know?
Exactly.
But yeah, that was Bullet Train.
7.5?
Yeah, I'd 7.5.
I'm with that. That's NeighborZilla approved.
And we're probably going to do a kaiju soon.
Yeah.
So look for a kaiju.
Yup.
And good night.
Peace.